Here we are at Lakehurst Naval Air Station. That's right. We're feet from where the Hindenburg came down. This is the most historic site Ghost Soldiers has ever been to. Stay tuned for a special episode. Beginning in 1921, Lakehurst Naval Air Station is most well known for the Hindenburg crash of 1937. Herb Morrison was on hand reporting when it happened.
It's starting to rain again. The rain had slacked up a little bit. The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it. It bursts into flames. Get it started. It's fighting and it's crashing. It's crashing terrible. It's bursting into flames and it's falling on the mooring mast and all the folks between it. This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. Oh, the humanity.
Several airships called Lakehurst home. USS Shenandoah was built in 1922 and 1923 at Lakehurst Naval Air Station and first flew in 1923. The Shenandoah was the first to use the non-combustible helium rather than hydrogen in its gas bags. It made the first Atlantic crossing, but later was torn apart in a storm over Ohio in 1925. The Shenandoah got caught in a storm and updrafts carried it beyond the pressure limits of its helium gas bags, which burst, causing structural damage. 14 of the crew, including the commanding officer, Commander Zachary Lansdowne, were killed. After the control car fell away, the ship broke into 3 parts. The tail section landed in a valley with 18 survivors. 4 men rode the center section down, and in the bow, 7 men, including Lieutenant, later Vice Admiral, Charles E. Rosendahl, managed to vent helium gas and bring that part of the ship to a controlled crash landing. Lansdowne's decision to remove 10 of the 16 automatic release valves directly led to the crash. Rosendahl went on to become commander of Lakehurst and was in charge on that fateful day in 1937 when the Hindenburg crashed. In 1924, helium was so scarce that the USS Akron was deflated so that the newly arrived USS Los Angeles could be inflated and flown. Here, the USS Los Angeles, also known as ZR-3, is getting ready to lift off. You can see smaller Navy blimps flying around in the background. The USS Los Angeles would be the only Zeppelin to survive, with the Akron, Macon, and Shenandoah all being destroyed in crashes.
And you got hangar number 1 right there, right behind it. And of course you can see this right here. This is what they estimate was where it crashed at, or the position that it crashed in. They don't know for certain anymore because all the metal was taken and scrapped right almost immediately after the investigation. Wow. Because they were trying to land, they had the vents open, so gas was going down into the vents, and of course it's lighter in there, so it was coming up, and it actually came up through. And with all the condensation and everything else, that's when the electrical current supposedly went up one of the ropes and met up there. That is documented. The investigation was in 3 different stages. You had the United States Navy doing an investigation, you had the United States Congress doing an investigation, and you also had the German consulate doing an investigation. The admiral that was in charge of the base was fired, and a whole bunch of people from that point down, because he actually said it was safe to land.
As humbling as it was to be on such a sacred site, as a paranormal investigator, I knew I had to attempt to communicate. Audio recording in such high wind wouldn't be easy, but I was going to do it anyway. All right. Oh, the wind died. Let's try this again.
That wind is so strong.
There have been helicopters that have crashed, the Blue Angels, of course, other jet aircraft, and just mishaps left and right.
Guten Tag. Wie geht's?
What was that?
Wow,
Something there.
there's something there.
What country are you from?
There's an answer. Germany. Did you hear that? When I cleaned that
was
up.
not my voice. That was your voice.
We weren't. You saw none of us were talking.
I'm really sure. Watching the TV shows and things like that, I thought it was going to be just sitting around being bored. Wasn't expecting some of the things that we got, which I'm hooked. I was hooked then, and I set it in the middle of the airfield, and I'm hooked. Yeah.
Germany.
Whoa. Oh, okay. You guys got me hooked now. I definitely want to try that. We got an answer.
Ooh.
Whoa, what was that?
That's when I said the Russian. Tovarish. Tovarish. It says it back. Friend. Nice.
The word clear as day, German.
Germany.
What country are you from?
Germany. And then listen, the Russian guys at the end.
Tavares.
50 Russians died building the hangar. Craig Rupp had an app on his phone that let us translate English to German, so we put it to use.
Let's try this real quick. How many of you are here?
Wie viele von euch sind hier?
Were you on the airship Hindenburg?
Was machst du in der Luftverschiebung Luftschiff Hindenburg?
Do you need our help?
Sie brauchen unsere Hilfe.
All right, there was a lot of talking on that one.
How many of you are here? Wie viele von euch sind hier? Were you on the airship Hindenburg? Was machst du in der Luftverschiebung Luftschiff Hindenburg?
$11.
Do you need our help? Sie brauchen unsere Hilfe.
Danke?
I think
Say Danke?
Do you miss your families? Vermissen Sie Ihre Familie? Danke.
wow, that is pretty awesome. Danke. Well, folks, we just got some great EVPs here at the site where the Hindenburg crashed, and we're Germany. So far we're documenting who's here, and we got the number 11. So that might be important. We'll find out at a later date.
So go ahead now.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
The woman seen playing the piano resembles the photo we have of Elizabeth.
There's no way to be 100% sure, but it sure kind of looks like her. There were only so many women on that first flight.
As we got ready to play the tribute I had put together, I wondered if there was even anyone around here. I remembered the 35 from the Hindenburg who died and the one ground crew, Alan Hageman. But were any of them trapped here?
Good crew of the Hindenburg, we salute you. Detachment, present, arms. Arms. That's it. Also the crew of the Akron. That goes out to you guys too. Please talk to us, make contact. Let us know if you appreciated that celebration and tribute. We're going to be here for a while. We honor and salute all the people who died and served and helped with this tragedy, the Blue Angel tragedy, and anyone else who died on this base, including the crew of the Akron and the 2 men who died on the Macon. Thank you.